Hello, hello, and all that good stuff. What shall we call it? These things you might refer to as greetings. I suppose I may be able to provide such things, but something that I probably ought to do right now is, well, a number of different things, one of which is try to remember to actually unplug my PS4, which I did. So, at least I don't have that part to worry about. And also, maybe stop the playlist that this is playing on right now so that I can actually somewhat segue into the next part of this, but yeah, as you can tell, I am very good at introductions, but time to very quickly switch over to this scene, because since I ended up getting a little bit delayed in precisely when I wanted to start this, as is not entirely unusual, I did end up having to move things in such a way that made me completely lose my very fragile train of thought. But anyway, I will, well, at any rate, what I'm going to try to do right now, as you may be able to guess, is do the YOLI VGMGG video game music guessing game, which I only play quickly 5 tracks, each for about a minute, from the Chase playlist for, well, pretty much what I just said. 5 random tracks, each one for about a minute from the Chase playlist, and just as a presentation to any present to maybe guess what they are, and which I will, I guess, somewhat try to expedite a little bit in somewhat partial mindfulness of something that, since I did end up starting late, I might actually be somewhat in time for now, in a little bit of irony. But anyway, I need to actually, make my way back to the place in the playlist where we were before. It was after all of these, I think. Yeah, it was after Battlefield. That was like the joke 6 track that totally nobody would know from the Unified Build selection. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try to get this started right away. I'm going to believe or assume that whatever comes after this will not be something that played before. Let me try to confirm it right now. Yep, it indeed wasn't. Okay, well, anyway, that will be the first track for now. Oh, I wonder what it could be. Also, hey, Actor. The machine would win since I wasn't there. Probably secure the wins against machine every time. I suppose you might be able to say that, since I think I've only seen Machine show up in the first 8 episodes recently, and I don't think that I myself have played in the first 8 episode for a while. It's always Theo or Retro showing up on the weekend episodes that I end up playing in now. I think maybe Maestro at least once. I mean, I feel like in the first 8 episodes, actually, it's either pretty much just Machine or Maestro in recent history. I wonder if there's anybody else that would even come out of the woodwork at this point to try and chase, but probably isn't. I'm just completely failing to remember at the moment, but anyway, it's been a little bit over a minute of this track playing now, so I will go ahead and just say that it's full options cauliflower from Goemon 64, which, predictably enough, is to go ahead and quit this little window that shows above the list here. And just let it play, or, well, play out for long enough that it'll just transition by itself into the next track, which it just did. Which will apparently lead into an entirely different, kind of vaguely ambient-y sounding track by the feel of it so far, which I do not recognize. And, also my own hubris of thinking that maybe earlier today I would have anything resembling a chance at getting a perfect game, because pretty much got everything on at least the first 3 rounds, except for that very scuffed example of a sample round or quick round. It was quick round with Metroid Prime. But then some other crap propped up later on that I wasn't actually going to be able to guess regardless, so it didn't matter. Well, maybe not actually. Maybe I would have been able to guess it. Pretty much the only thing that I knew I wasn't going to get was the Hotline Miami 2 sample round. Because a lot of the tracks from those games just kind of blur together in my head. I've never really perceived that any other way. Also, to admit, it's time to figure out what this is. I have no idea. Speed Max, maybe? No, this is apparently Fly Wrench. I'm forced to assume it doesn't say what it is, but the cover out of this thing tells me that that's probably the case. And it's called Plasma Fire, apparently, this track, and I think that Fly Wrench might actually have some licensed stuff, so I'm kind of paranoid about letting this play for as long as it has, and to continue to let it play at this point. I think I know what this one is, at least. Which are the ones that I missed completely, or not completely, but like that I also lost points on, were the Hotla Maybe 2-1 and the Jungle Japes melee track, because I knew that it was some variation of the Gale and Swing, but I could never figure out which one. And I'm not nearly as obsessed with melee as, you know, so many other people seem to be, that I was going to be able to tell it was that one very easily. I thought it might be Returns or Tropical Freeze, but apparently it wasn't. So let my internet shit out. Cost me Snowboard Kids, and it lost power as the final chase started. And yeah, that was that. Bit of an odd thing that there were technical difficulties that kind of lengthened the whole final chase segment today, since I was pretty much thinking that maybe I had ought to do something different. There was a thing that I could have done today if I had pretty much stepped out a little bit earlier, but I think it's actually worked out for the better that I didn't. But I probably will end up stepping out tomorrow for a while, thereby pretty much completely negating the possibility of a co-op stream, which I sometimes do. Anyway, it's been quite a bit more than a minute now. I'm getting very distracted, but pretty sure this is Bayonetta. You may call me father or something along those lines. This... no, okay, well, it is Bayonetta, but it's not the father one. It's the Greatest Jubilee. I at least got that part right. Let me just go ahead and keep this moving for the time being, as I continue in my very distracted diatribe. I'm pretty sure I can tell the series for this, and probably not much else in that. But that is the first time Jungle Japes has played. Didn't realize there were still melee tracks left. I get the feeling that unfortunately would be probably something that wouldn't be that surprising at this point, considering the sheer volume of crap that's in melee. Probably gonna be a good chunk of... I mean, don't get me wrong, I did my fair share of spectating melee back in the day, but I feel like I definitely don't have any pretenses of knowing it nearly as well as some people seem to. And I was gonna say that this is... well, this pretty much had to be Guilty Gear, maybe Guilty Gear XX, but I'm not even too sure anymore, to be perfectly honest with you. I feel like it's not being nearly as overbearing and kind of monolithic with its guitar as it could be. And sure enough, it wasn't. This wasn't a fighting game at all, which was pretty much the main point of my suspicion for this. It was Sonic Adventure, apparently, and this track is Bad Taste Aquarium Hot Shelter. Now let's just go ahead and move on to the final track. I am honestly, yes, somewhat pleased with just being a witness. Oh, hey, did you know it? I'm pretty sure I know exactly what the game and track is for this, but I'm somewhat strangely pleased to have witnessed Sonic CD actually getting banned from Final Chase. I wonder if they'll cap Ultimate as 50 tracks because you could get like 100 if they keep it going. And I don't know, because apparently people want to push for like more and more expansions for stuff that has like even more potential than that, I think. And it's bizarre. I mean, I definitely don't think that that would really be beneficial for something like the Chase. Like, I'm pretty sure that if you take, for example, Persona 5, which I've used as like the example of too much content from just one thing being a bad thing for the Chase. I feel like that one has already proven that you can have that problem long before you hit 50 tracks, where if you just try to squeeze out as many tracks as possible from one single source, it's not really gonna, you know, come out all that great. I mean, I can only hope that there's at least some restriction or something like that going on. Anyway, this is Sims 1 and it's like, alright, let's go shopping. Which I suppose this little guessing game section Yeah, Mole Raid is what the upload is called. I think it's a topic one, but Let's Go Shopping is like the alternative name for that. Oh, and hey, wouldn't you know it, it's like one of the very few Guilty Gear tracks that I actually know pretty much immediately of my own volition as the bonus track here. But yeah, there you go. Even going to the very overtly and very obviously one-track-mindedly sourced as Guilty Gear instrumentation until a few seconds in. I want to say about 20 seconds in or something. This has been playing for so far. But yeah. Sure enough, I think that pretty much did end up having pretty good timing. My very rushed little walk through this section, because now I get to go ahead and fade this out. And without rushing in a blind panic. What the fuck? Okay, I'm very... well, not very anything, but somewhat nonplussed. That's something that I just noticed when I glanced over at this window, which I will try to make visible now. If I can. Yeah, that one. Thank you very much. Actually, hold on, I need to unmute it, because I have it muted right now. There we go. That thing that makes me nonplussed being that apparently I missed a track from Castlevania, which I'm pretty sure that if it was literally anything from the first one, would have been guaranteed to get. Let's see. No idea what this would have been though, Worms Supper and Warfare 2. If I look here, will I be able to see what track it was? Vampire Killer? Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure that everyone could have gotten that. But yeah, let's go ahead and play the daily quest. I don't think I've done this in a while. I'm pretty sure that I haven't done this in a while. It's kind of self-evident, I would say. Let's see. I feel like I can never necessarily expect much. I am gonna see in this thing, but... well, let's see. Can I at least not suck at typing today?
What is the name of Link's first sword?
Something like that. Crap, I don't remember. I feel like it was something like that, Kokiri, so I just literally thought of that as I was pressing the hint button. I think the Fairy Ocarina is the first one that you get in that game. It's either that or the Clay Ocarina. I don't remember if those are like two different items into different games, or if I'm just trying to complicate things.
How is the revolver sold by Namco for PlayStation called?
I don't know. Isn't that the one that you would just to G? K 45? The Kun 45? No. Oh. Okay, isn't that the one that you would have to use to play point blank on the console? I think something like that. I vaguely remember being made aware of a.
In which game is there the Illus planetary system?
No idea. Being made aware of Gone Peripheral for the PS1, specifically because of that game. I have no idea. Actually, yeah, I was never gonna guess that. I'm sorry. Actually, which is another thing that seems to crop up on this website a lot more often than pretty much any other medium.
From which game does this image come from?
Oh, it's... just noticed the title character in the picture. Took me a second. But yeah, actually a game that I'm only vaguely aware of, because it keeps popping up in this website, and yet not vaguely aware of enough that I actually feel compelled to look any more into it. But I can say that about a lot of things.
Which weapon is given to Link in memory of Mipha in Zelda Breath of the Wild?
I mean... apparently no one's getting this. And yeah, I will definitely concede that that was a bizarre level of specificity that was required.
What is Journey to Silius title in
I
Japan?
don't know. I don't even know what kind of game Journey to Silius is. I know that it's not Protector because that's the one for Contra. I don't even know if Protector is supposed to be the Japanese title for Contra. That was just for Europe or vice versa. It's about the only example that comes to mind that's even comparable. I don't think I've ever heard the combination of words rough world in any context, so yeah, I was not gonna get that.
From which game does this image come from?
Gee, I don't know. At least this one I can at least try to get. It would make it a more interesting screenshot, maybe that could be a meme.
Who is the ultimate affluent progeny in
That was the harder word to spell, I'm pretty sure. That guy's name. Ultimate affluent progeny, not super duper high school level scion. I'm gonna type that actually.
What is one of the two games sold with the Amiga CD32?
I don't know. I don't think it's a town with no name somehow, so... I don't know. Diggers and Oscar. Yeah, I was never gonna guess that, unfortunately, either. Well, I'm pretty sure you could play the town with no name on CD32 anyway.
From which game does this image come from?
I don't know. Spyro 2, Spyro 3. Yeah, not Gex, anything surely. Jinx. Okay, I've never heard of Jinx, at least not of anything with the name of Jinx that would look like that. Looks like some kind of PS1 3D platformer.
Which character from Wise 8 shares his name with an Italian cheese?
Sure. And all the Italian cheese, yeah. I mean, that I can believe.
Which country is inspired by Kalos?
Oh, fuck's sake.
Pokemon region.
Don't fucking know. Seems like a very inappropriate name for a country that's, or a region that's inspired by France.
From what game does this image come from?
It's not Street Fighter 2, is it? Like... No, it's probably not that either. I actually don't know, never mind. Knuckleheads. I can probably say with reasonable security that I have not heard of that one before.
Who is the artist of the introduction song in Omicron? The Nomad Soul.
Not just the introduction song in that. It seems a bit misleading. Wonder if we could just have written Bowie for that one. Yep, you could have. I was actually singing some Bowie tracks earlier today. And then I gave up.
Which character from Tales of Symphonia has the same last name as Suzu Fujibayashi from Tales of Fantasia?
Sure.
Which game does this image come from?
I don't know. Never actually finished the first Melee game. I feel like the combat in that game was not something that I was really that big of a fan of.
Which character from the Super Mario Galaxy universe is introduced in Mario Kart 7?
Introduced in Mario Kart 7. The fuck? I'm sorry, what? Okay. Suppose that must be true.
What is the name of the puzzle game series derivative of Columns and developed by Compile?
It's not just called Columns. I mean... But sure, I vaguely remember at least some kind of game for the Genesis or something that was literally just called Columns.
What is the name of Ken and Ryu's projectile attack in the Street Fighter series?
I wonder if we need all the vowels for that. Well, apparently you don't. And that would be why I didn't get a hair that time. Apparently everybody else was aware that this particular parsing of the answer didn't need that.
Which of these power-ups first appeared in Metroid 2?
Definitely question how that could have predated my answer, but okay. Preceded, I guess. Not really predated, since this all is happening on the same date. Suppose it also depends on how you define date, though.
From which game does this image come from?
I don't fucking know. Let's see. Oh yeah, that game that I technically played, but have not for 10 million years. I think I also got the sequel to that at some point, and then I never touched it. Probably from... Yeah, I did. From the Humble Monthly or something.
What is the name of the compilation released for the 15 years of the original Zaynak?
Okay, well... Zaynak X... Like, excuse me, what? Okay, sure. I guess I'm just going to accept that. I have no idea what Zaynak is, or Sanak, or however you're supposed to say that. I'm pretty sure the robot voice makes pretty frequent mistakes with pronunciation. I'll just say Sanak.
What is the lowest percentage mandatory to achieve as to complete a stage in Kicks?
What the fuck am I supposed to know? Okay, well, thanks for telling me the answer. That is actually precisely what I needed. On this occasion. Oh gosh.
From which game does this image come from?
Some shit like that. Is it XL with only one X? Is it triple XL? what was the other acceptable answer? I'm pretty sure that it was literally what I wrote at the end there.
Who's the main character in Danganronpa? Trigger happy.
Just market-wise acceptable, I guess so. Alright. I mean, there's no way that I'm gonna be able to make it to the top 3 unless the 2 people above me stay tight, I guess. It doesn't matter a whole lot how well I do at this point, but... I'm surprised that people didn't just jump on that one a lot faster than they did.
Which character in Resident Evil 6 does a solo campaign?
I mean, unless it's the updated version where she just gets like a generic helper character. Generic helper character so that that can actually be played in co-op, just like every other campaign in that game, because that game was really not designed in a very sensible way.
What is the name of this character?
Fucking cute, Jesus Christ. Well, I'm doing really well. This is how well I do with a question that I actually know the answers to. Yep, definitely not showing up there.
Who is the composer of the Samurai Split?
Okay. At least for that one they gave me one that I know. Floix, I would not have looked for him as Floix first, though I would have looked for him as his actual name, which is... I forgot. He's like a Czech guy, I think. Thomas Dvorak, that's his name.
Known for making games based off French and Belgian comic
I don't
books.
fucking know. I guess it must have been Infogrames. Oh, look at that, there's no... The scores are different, so it literally doesn't matter. Wow, 3 of the people who are on this website all the time, every day. Got the top 3, what a surprise. Let's see. What we're gonna play after this, though. Could this be Super Metroid? This is indeed Super Metroid, yeah. That's a reasonably good offering, at least. I wonder how this track is gonna be labeled on here, though. But hold on a moment, I hadn't really noticed this before, but is the ellipsis above that emote is literally being rendered as a freaking, like, unidentified symbol on the Fontificator, and that's why it replaced with the supervisual icon. Okay, I have no idea what this is, but this keeps me... yeah. I think I'll pass on that one, thanks very much. Boom. I don't even know if this will like make the window source hug into anything else if I just close it. Yeah, but if it was gonna do that, it didn't really do that quick enough for it to show up, so it doesn't matter anyway. No idea then for me to, I guess, very briefly bring this playlist back to life. Click away a couple of other things and then update this. And then I suppose also do a quick experiment to see if this is even gonna work straight away, or if I have to redo the connection. I probably have to redo the connection. I mean, it says that it's paired, but I don't trust it to work if I just press the button right now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and redo this. I wonder how much battery this thing even has left. I trust that it has sufficient battery. I think this controller is actually pretty good at retaining that, from what I've seen. There we go. And this thing should be on. And this thing should be able to detect that this thing is connected. Okay, there we go. It says that the battery is 100%, which I'm pretty sure is not really true, because this thing has been not connected to the power for quite a while, and it was briefly used before. But oh well. I mean, I am positive that my PC does not need to restart. Thank you very much to use this controller that I've used many times in the past. What I probably will have to do right now, though, is make a few things invisible. Actually, it just occurred to me that I'm gonna have to switch a different, different scene specifically for this game, because this is actually one of the games that does, in fact, use 4:3 resolution. So let me see if I can alter the appearance of the navigator to account for that. I feel like I haven't been playing nearly enough of the games recently that, actually do that. For me to account for that. Okay, I'm gonna put this here. Actually, I should leave this on the right side of the screen here, maybe, possibly, potentially. I'm gonna say put this here and no. Actually, I think it probably does make more sense for me to do it like this, but does it? There's one thing that I want to do with this window, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to accomplish it. I mean, maybe I am. I'm gonna say probably am. If I have it like that, that's gotta be good enough, surely. Anyway, let me see if I can start the game. I do this. I forgot about the technical little bit of a. I need to figure this out now. Technicality with how I am playing this game on here, as far as getting it to work. Which makes me very paranoid that this thing is not gonna work properly as far as the saves, but I guess we're about to find out, because let's see if I can save or load my last save game successfully. If I can, then I would like to assume the best. I would also like to, have this thing be visible. I don't know if I need to press the button again, or if it's gonna be a matter of waiting a long time. Okay, there it goes. Well, the controller, I trust, actually works at least. I mean, the inputs seem to work. I would like to see that as a good omen, at least. Let's see here. Let us continue, or at least try to continue. There should be 2 different save files, and in fact there are. We are either in the port out of terminal before we even recruit the third guy, or we could be a little bit farther along in the theoretical present, which is in Viper Manor, where we did something very questionable and managed to get inside in a very bizarre and inconvenient fashion, but we are at least inside the mansion grounds now. And I guess we're inside some kind of dragon keeping pens, and this dude told us that apparently something good might happen if we help out. How about it? I'll defeat him. I mean, let's read the instructions again, because I don't quite remember what we were supposed to do here. Go to the leftmost feed station and press the X button to get dragon feed. The leftmost feed station, even though I think I got the impression that the thing that's to the right of the top of the screen might actually be the first place we need to go to there. Okay. Keep repeating the whole process, and the dragons will only eat when they want to. You fail if you're unable to feed the same dragon 4 times. It's not really clear. What determines that? 10 times, 20 times, 100 times? Well, let's start with 10 times, I guess. Are we only gonna be feeding the... oh dear, what? Okay, I think I see how it works now. Kind of. Okay. Okay. I'm also not doing very well, as you can tell, but... oh, they actually managed to feed them 10 times, though. Because I'm... the key in the cupboard. Take it in here as a gift that I promised. Oh, I get like a shitty gift because I didn't, agree to do like a more difficult stage. Can I do more difficult stage now? I guess you only need to do it 10 times if you just want to advance a lot, but what happens if I try to do it 20 times? Maybe now that I at least have a you know, mentally have expectation of what. How this is gonna work. Oh god. This is not exactly the most responsive controls at the moment either. Doesn't exactly help matters. I will try to... Oh shit. Okay, they decided to find my help a lot faster than before that time. Okay, didn't matter though. I can probably do it more than that, now that I sorta kinda know what I'm doing. Bronze helmet. I would like to assume that these things that I'm receiving are better than what I have at the moment, but I'm not too sure. So I've done 10 and 20 so far. Yeah, this is like not the most responsive input right now. Let's see if I can at least do 40. Seems like a pretty big leap between doing it, you know. Oh shit, didn't really notice this one until a little bit later, but I guess it was still in time. Seems like a pretty big leap between like multiples of 10 going all the way up to 40 and then up, or only up to 40 I should say. Okay, yeah, need to... In spite of my button spam, it doesn't feel like everything that I'm trying to do is actually being acknowledged here. It is really not the most responsive control scheme at the moment. I think we can at least do 40, like I said. I think we're trying to go for 30, so that shouldn't be a problem. Come on. No, I'm pressing 3 times. What are you doing? Oh, whatever. Got the 30 price, I'm pretty sure. Just now. Bronze mail. Let's do it one more time. It might be a non-impossibility to do it 100 times. I could at least attempt it. Really would be a lot nicer to attempt this if the controls were more responsive, like I said. But oh well, I guess not much I can do about that right now. It even seemed like it has bottom queuing like you maybe would expect from a section like this. I think I faintly smell popcorn. I wonder if anyone else in the immediate vicinity is eating that. Oh shit. Oh come on. It's literally right in front of it. One dragon seemed like it was really off shit. I guess that was technically my fault, not really though. I don't believe that with my heart of hearts. And you can't tell me that I messed up a second time there. I don't actually believe that either. Shit. Or there. Doesn't matter. Okay, so I literally just need to do it one more time, so it doesn't matter. The timers between when the different dragons recover. Ooh, those got dragon feeder achievement. I wonder if we get a separate dragon feeder achievement for clearing the 100 times one. I'll at least attempt it, but probably only once. You better not, you know, one has ever been able to complete it, although I did hear a tale about one legendary attempt. The man reached 99 before he suffered a heart attack. I mean, I've had a pretty weak constitution, if there's any truth to that, I would say. Well, at least give it a try. I mean, it's the dragons that are gonna die, I guess. I mess up, and not me. And clearly... based on who would actually be the master of these dragons, that would be a good thing if that happened, so... maybe I need to facilitate that. Come on. Okay, so they don't like all the noises that they make, and they don't make like a certain noise only when they fail to get fed. And yes, I'm blaming them for that, for not getting their food in time. That's clearly their own fault. Some other people might have a specific term for that, but I'm not one of those people. Come on. Okay, yeah. Okay, I think one of the sounds that I'm hearing actually is the sound effect of when I am trying to give them food, like... but they're not taking it at the moment for some kind of bizarre, dumb reason. Okay. Okay, well. Okay, not not much I could do there with the timer being so much harder than it ordinarily seems to be. Jesus Christ, well. Yeah, the timer's definitely getting shorter at arbitrary times. That seems to be what's happening. Oh, that guy on the all the way on the right, yeah. Seems to be a problem as well, because sometimes it's impossible, you better give up. Well, yes sir, if you say so. Doesn't seem impossible, or like it would be impossible if that aspect of it was consistent, but I'm not sure if I can expect that much. Well, anyway, we got some new crap. We got bronze mail, and I thought we got bronze helmet. Can that count as an accessory, I guess? Yeah. Is bronze mail better than ivory mail? I guess it must be. Dude has an ivory helmet. Can he wear that in a bronze helmet as well? No, I guess not. He can wear the bronze helmet instead, though. Silver earring. Increase the amount of HP you have during battle. I mean, how much does he have compared to the others? This guy has more. She has more too. So he could probably use that, honestly. What about the knee pad? Improves defense. Well, either would probably be good for him. How about her? Can she actually put on this stuff? Bronze stuff. I mean, if she can wear this stuff, she probably can, but I guess only Surge is wearing the... I can't, like, get more of those things by replaying the easier stages of this, can I? What if I try 30 times? Ooh. Well, the real name of this minigame, I think, would be just get lucky and hope that the one all the way on the right doesn't do any funny business. Right now. For fuck's sake. All the way on the right or all the way on the left, apparently. That one was like one of the cases where I just arbitrarily decided to have a much shorter timer. I know this is happening. Oh, only one more. This really doesn't matter what we do at this point. Here's a little something, but I see that you have already received a gift for this number of times. Only one gift per number. Oh, well. At least we were able to confirm that, so there's literally no reason for us to remain here at this time. Is there anything else that I want to do as far as messing with the equipment before I carry on here? I guess I could just give Surge another accessory. We'll go with, I guess, silver earring for now. It says during battle, but that didn't seem to do anything right now, so I guess it only activates during battle proper. Just to assume, which I guess makes sense. Let's give her the knee pad in turn. He already has an ivory helmet, so I guess he can't use anything else. Vest, ivory mail. So we're just keeping everything else as is. Do we want to mess with the elements layout right now? Let me see. This guy, for example, does he have everything, like something in place of everything? No, he doesn't. Hold on. He's got 4 levels. What about her? She's got 4 levels too, but she's got 2 here, but there's room for 1 more. Okay, what about Surge? Is he in the same situation? Yeah, apparently. Also improved at some point, but I just didn't account for that. I mean, he's apparently supposed to be the I'll recover all was one of these. For some reason, I probably should have accounted for that. -2. Oh, probably want to put that in a different location then. Hold on. Remove. Yeah, okay. Dash and slash can't be moved from here. And he seems to be pretty good at building this up, so I guess we'll just put that there. And we also have Meteorite. Is that also like higher level? Level 2 single foe. Here, hold on. Can we move something down from level 1 to... or level 2 from level 1? What about Aqua Beam? Move it down to here, yeah, and then swap in Meteorite here. What about her? She's got room for more stuff. to change that though. I want to, yeah, see what their innate element is. Apparently her innate element color is red, which makes sense. It already has tablet there. Ointment. I don't think we want to have more of those. Do turn blue. I don't know if you want to do turn blue for her though. I think his innate element we saw was blue, so maybe he could use that though. Does he have room for that? He does. And turn yellow. Maybe we should just leave the rest of these as is. I guess maybe we could just put... I give her ointment. Unless she can't. Give her tablet a second time. I don't really see what the point of that would be. More tablets? I mean, I guess only so we get something to put in there. I don't think we necessarily want to turn yellow, but if we literally don't have anything else to use there, I guess. Also can't help but notice that the music isn't playing during this, when we're in this part of the mansion. We also get like that thing, that key thing, didn't we? Church found minor key. Oh, we didn't actually receive it until we checked that place after we actually ended up checking that after we got the permission, I guess. And oh hey, Dr. Girlfriend, welcome in, and welcome to the Chrono Cross stream, where I probably should be paying attention in this part, since it seems that there's an actual element of danger going on when I'm not inside that building. But thank you very much for subscribing. Enjoy your Bob emote, which you may or may not be familiar with, and ostensibly enjoy your no ads is what I hear some people say, but I also hear some people say that they get ads even if they have a subscription, so I don't even know how that works. I mean, wouldn't put anything past Twitch with its the administration that it's had, not just recently, but just really over the course of the past 8 years or so. But yeah, enough of all that, and I say welcome in to me trying to figure out what's going on in this here game with only limited success. Someone's playing the game with my favorite OST? I've heard some people say that, and by some people I mean a lot of people. Even though I have remained quite unaware of not just the OST, but really just pretty much everything to do with this game for the longest time. I mean, I say that even though ironically this track is one that I technically have not been... where do they go? Okay, that actually worked. One track that I'm actually not entirely unfamiliar with, since this track was pretty much reused from Radical Dreamers, which was the sort of intercal between Chrono Trigger and this, and which I suppose I am forced to assume, you know, bearing in mind that I played that, but I have no idea what's going on in this game so far, strictly speaking. Whoops. Will this part of the screen here have any place for me to escape to? Maybe not. Damn, they got away. These guards are making me think back to that one stage in Age of Mythology where you're trying to invade the walls of Rome, or the walls of Troy rather. And the guards are just as good at their job there as you pretty much see here. But yeah, this track is in Radical Dreamers, and it makes a comeback in this game. I had time to be exploring other areas, and yeah, it seems to me that I guess I made my way into this place the way that I did. By way of some kind of dynamic method. Seems to me that I could have, I guess, come into this place by taking some kind of hidden route from the forest nearby, but instead we just ended up storming the front gate and just waiting until night. And none of these guards that we're trying to avoid right now must have noticed that the front gate was in fact stormed. It seems to me that I might be able to do something in here to like get up to where the dude with the searchlight is, but nothing seems to be happening. I've never played in the Chase. I played Radical Dreamers a little. Yeah, I mean, it's not a very long game. You can finish it in like 4 hours. Maybe a little bit less if you just like try to go through it quickly. Gee, I'm a little bit lost right now, to be frank with you. Got a key, but maybe I need to go past a couple of dudes that are standing in front of the front gates and somehow avoid being seen by them, even though it seems like that would pretty much defeat the purpose of them being there in the first place. But wait, what? They're like two separate yards on opposite sides of the path there, and I didn't notice the one on the right, maybe? I don't think the one on the left could have gotten over to where I was as quickly as that again. Okay, let's see if I can remember how this works. Do this first. So just eat the whole stamina to start. That missed, okay. And after you do this, you can do the element prep. It actually got that much damage. And this guy's still not dead because apparently Mr. Swordsman that we recruited in the town just sucks at doing DPS, at least with regular attacks. Okay, so what if we don't bother with doing a regular attack for this, but just do a different element? So what if we try to pilfer? I think I've tried this art before, actually. Ivory helmet. I get the feeling that that's still kind of the... Oh goodness, that's kind of the worst version of the equipment that we should have at our disposal right now, though. And let's see, Cure +2, no. What is dash and slash? I don't think I even looked at the description for that one. Charge at 12 for extra powerful blade strike. I don't think I even took note of what the innate element for the enemy was. It's apparently yellow. Because we don't want that to stay on the field. Now let's use a different element to shove that out. Let's try... Oh, saucer, sure. Yeah, I seem to be hanging out with Pierre, even though... As you might be able to tell, I am somewhat vaguely aware that, you know, optional party member surfing and a bunch of them are pretty much excluded or included depending on what you do. And apparently I already did such things, or things in such a way that I missed out on like 5 different party members or something like that. But, you know, I am playing this game for the first time, and also... I just, in general, have no idea what I'm doing, so I'm really not very surprised that that has happened. Oh boy. Okay, maybe we have to beat up these guys and then we'll be able to get into the front gate, but apparently we try to approach the front gate from any direction and they'll notice us regardless of what we do. What does this man look like? Sergeant and private. So might as well attack the weak sauce enemies first. Okay, I was gonna say something like I thought Pierre and Kid should have full health at about this time, but I guess maybe... Unless I'm misreading that, which I don't believe that I do, or that I am. Maybe I just didn't have enough elemental charge at the end of the previous encounter to actually be able to use like all my healing arts so that everyone would have a full heal. Are they even called arts? I think they are called arts. But I think arts of special ability, or as the name of a special ability though, I think of something like Xenoblade. I suppose that would make sense. You can see that in something like this as well. Let's see, speaking of that, I got the elemental stuff at a high level right now, so let's try to do a few things. Let's try Magma Bomb to start, I guess. Probably a good idea to let loose with that when we have multiple people on the field. And as for you... Passion Slash didn't seem like it did a whole lot. What about we... what if we use Meteorite and we use it on this guy? No idea how much damage I can expect this to do, but that seemed like pretty decent damage here. I guess I could have him try to heal himself. Metal something. Meddlesome, I guess it's maybe supposed to be pun on meddlesome. Not spelled like that. I mean, let's try to also use Fireball, why not? This dude seems like he has already changed the stance where he's close to death, so... We'll see if this does the trick. That did in fact do the trick, yeah. I might as well just try to kill this guy with... With DPS. With physical DPS, that is, not elemental DPS. We can build up our elemental stuff in time for the end of the battle and be able to just heal up when that happens. And hopefully it actually works this time. Twitch offered lower resolution, so I didn't have to do audio only. Yeah, me too, I mean. I think that not even that long ago, at some point or another, yeah, actually without using consumables, recover all... Not sure enough, that seemed to do the trick. I think that at least, in at least a couple of different occasions, semi-recently, or so I would think. Okay, I think we're in. It did actually give me quality options, but I've absolutely no idea why it decides to do that sometimes, and yet some other times it just decides like, nope, you're not getting anything. Like, I'm pretty sure today is one of the more common days in that it's the nope, you're not getting anything days. I mean... 0 times to the right, 0 times to the left, so weird. Okay, so we didn't touch it at all, and yet that triggered. I was wondering about that. Okay, that was quick. Intruders, well, I mean... Doesn't really matter, does it, if they just land straight in the cage. Every time we level up, I'm gonna think someone subscribed, since that's the track I use for that alert. Boy. I mean, the track that I use for subscription, which you might have heard, is just a game over track from a bunch of dagnuts. Is the game over track from Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance, which is a slightly redone version of the game over track from the adventure games on Game Boy. Pretty sure that track was originally used in both Castlevania the Adventure and Belmont Revenge. But they made it crunchier when they changed it to Game Boy Advance, along with pretty much every other piece of music that you would hear in Harmony of Dissonance, but it's still a pretty good soundtrack. And you know, speaking of music that was reused from Radical Dreamers, I'm pretty sure that, like, this track, Gale, I think it's called the normal battle track from this game, it's also taken from Radical Dreamers. Pretty much verbatim, or, well, not verbatim, but whatever the equivalent of verbatim is for a melody. For all intents and purposes. These dudes are somehow gonna have more health than the ones outside. Jeez. I do like how Serge is like... Okay, never mind, I was gonna say Serge is like the only one who can actually do decent damage. I guess that's not strictly true though. And if we switch over to Kid, she's already got the 4 things. 4 levels. Let's do Magma 1. As before. Let's go ahead and pop out a couple of these different elemental things so that we can at least shove that yellow element out of the field. What can you do? Schwaker in green, Iceland's in green, and Air Saucer. I mean, these are probably both pretty good. Let's try Iceland's on this guy who doesn't look like he's already about to die. Might be a better investment. I guess try a different element for Kid. Or element thing, I guess. Not Electro Jolt, probably. Let's try just normal Fireball. Doesn't really matter on whom. Apparently they've both gotten to the same state here. And isn't it funny that track that's just Luca's theme was used in a game that, at least as far as I'm aware, doesn't seem to have Luca in it. It might turn out to somehow do have Luca in it or something to that effect, given that pretty sure Luca was actually name dropped at the end of Radical Dreamers, so. Okay, this worked out. We're gonna go back into the elevator, or are these like doors that go to different places? I suppose they are. Of course, I don't really have any idea what this place's layout is at the moment. What happens if I go down these steps instead? Where will I end up here? Oh, well, I see some treasure, so how can I possibly... Oh, never mind. That's very interesting. One very interesting thing after another. The boxer boys. Okay then. Shall we go for little boxer or big boxer? Well, surely we get away if we pick on the little guy. What did we get? I'm not sure if we would have gotten anything different that wasn't bad if we had picked the other guy, but I guess we get another Icelands. Alright, that just happened. Well, I mean, I suppose we technically did end up getting something without accruing any kind of damage, so I'd like to call that a win. Grill on the floor that's locked from the inside. Alright. There are now 3 guards to try to search Kid and Pierre. Who knows? I mean, I don't think there was any trace of the guards left once we took their stuff, so for all we know, they activated the secret enzyme inside their, you know, polyhedral bodies that caused them to just completely evaporate and leave no trace of their existence after we took their stuff. Or even like FF6, where you could actually see what the very briefly what the guards look like after you took their uniforms. But you were also somehow able to do that in the middle of a battle, so... And there's another chest. I would like to assume that there's not going to be any more of those weird chest encounters here, but... not even sure. There may be a poor spy inside the Viper Manor. We got Dragoon's Honor. What is Dragoon's Honor exactly? That'd be a key item. I mean, if it is a quote-unquote key item, that would show up on this list, but... Ooh. But I am not really seeing it. It's got a heavy skull then. You see it one of the elemental things. I'm not seeing it on here, but I guess it only shows the consumables, so... Is it like a piece of equipment? I'm not really finding it anywhere. Yeah, here it is. Improves attack power, hit percent, and magic power. Well, I want to put it on somebody else. Or do I want that to replace something else that Surge might have equipped? It's probably gonna be better than Silver Loop as far as the hit percent, so sure, we'll go with that. Hey, my tubey. It fell down again. It's to the right and to the left. I mean, apparently to the left and to the right are the only two ways that you can make that thing go, so... Okay, we're getting useful information from this room. Can't just see him busy. Hey, that's a completely different character that I guess has Cha in the name and also says Cha. Every differently. Yes, that makes sense. No, every so often. Some kind of verbal tick. Vizgado is apparently literally one syllable away from being named Orchata, so... feel even more justified in saying that. Okay then. That was certainly expected. Thanks. I can totally switch that. This precise moment, what are these things? Why are there so many of them? Gobbledygook, Will-O-Wisp. I'm compelled to say that it's not Gobbledygook because I only see one B. I don't know. I guess because there's a lesser number of these enemies, I am somewhat less compelled to trust in their ability to, well, perhaps not ability, but tendency to not do damage. We might as well just get all of these guys out of the way as quickly as possible. Okay, surely 75% is gotta be good enough. Okay, did it hit one of those strikes? Didn't even get to see the damage numbers though. I think that last one said 3, but I suppose that's about what I expected from that dude doing only the level 1 strike. Still find it kind of perplexing that there's, you know, such a big DPS difference between Surge and literally just all the other characters in the party right now. But oh well. Are you cold again? I already banished that from my memory involuntarily. You are called Will-O-Wisp. So there isn't any kind of element or anything to that effect in your name besides just making a somewhat roundabout reference to an actual natural phenomenon, I guess. Actually, hold on, do we want to do that, or do we want to do, I think we want to use red elemental stuff, actually. What else do we have? Pilfer is red, Electric Jolt is yellow, Turn Yellow is also yellow. I think we want to necessarily use Turn Yellow right now, though, if we just use this. Not entirely sure exactly what these things would look like to indicate that they're about to die, but I suppose it didn't matter that time. That was quick. And surely can finish this guy off without any kind of greater trouble. Apparently they're just gonna drop dead without changing their Platoon or enemy shadow. And the Magnum Bomb thing. I wonder if I should just put that on what's her face there. I think she had at least one slot for that open. Let's see. Turn yellow, yeah, probably should use this instead, since, you know, red is her element. How about this door here? I don't think this would connect to that room that I was in just a moment ago. I suppose it doesn't. Hey, here he is. Wondering where this guy had got after he had gotten out of the previous room. Better write that down, he says. Is he trying to, like, get out of this room now, or just putting it here? There. I guess we can't interact with the guy that's sleeping, or just had to go on the wrong side. Never mind, the other side. The opposite side. Also can't help but notice that a bunch of these characters seem to have different things that they say if you just keep on talking to them. But not all of them, so it's a little bit deceptive. Well, which guy right now? I guess the guy that seems like he's actually sleeping. Not the guy that's apparently just lying in bed but will still talk to you on the other side. This Lucia has been broken, has taken rocking parts from Fort Dragonia and is using them to remodel that thing. That doesn't sound familiar at all. Okay, sure, hope nobody minds that I take that. But this guy is still standing there, apparently having written down the something to do with the correct combination for the turning the knobs and what have you. Might as well try to save over here. Save over the present time slot, I guess, that we've been using for a while. It's locking us into this timeline. Okay, now get out of here. There. But if I just get out of this room real quick and then check the grate to see if that would return anything different, and then go right back in. Will this guy be in a different position? I guess not. Oh, wait, are we trapped? No, we're not. Okay. Not very clear on. There's a message on the ball. Oh, okay. This week's code is 9 to the right and 4 to the left. I can surely remember that. Seems like maybe, just maybe, I'll get some kind of random encounter if I just wander around the halls. What happens if I go this way? I mean, it seems like there's some dudes over here, but surely they wouldn't fight me when I'm in disguise. This is the treasure vault. You must have special permission to enter. I wonder if, oh. The password, Dudes forever. Password is silent, so okay. Because we didn't actually say anything, even though I'm pretty sure that I picked something. Wondering if the inside of this place is gonna be in any way based on the layout of the mansion from Radical Dreamer, so... Oh, here's another one of these freaking fake chest mimic type encounters. I wonder if it's gonna be just like the last one, though. As far as what you are given, it's an option. Should we pick little boxer or big boxer? Let's go for big boxer this time. If I can. Trolls do seem to be exceptionally unresponsive right now. guess we somewhat succeeded. Just by virtue of the fact that we didn't take any kind of a violentation. Well, looks like the frozen flame ain't here. Just take what's here, and by that I mean absolutely everything. Well, I mean, there does seem to be some kind of a shiny gold coin thing in the corner here, but apparently we can't just take from that. There's a sword. Let's leave it a little alone for now. Let's see what different things we have in here before we do anything with any kind of finality. There's a shield, a sword, and some armor. Is there anything back here? Oh. What if we just say too scared to take it? This must be some kind of trap. Leave it alone. But we grabbed it anyway. In spite of the fact that we pulled that out. We got the treasure and are now here, being looked over by this person. You see that you're not really dragoons. Wonder what that particular spelling is supposed to evoke as far as what she sounds like. She's supposed to sound Russian? Or some kind of approximation. Who said anything about helping? And then she says that thing without the H. I'm the scientific genius of Viper Manor. Call me Lucia. You will all be my guinea pig, so it's like some kind of bizarre mixture between Russian and German. Like that one character from the first Hitman game, maybe. I wonder if there's an arbitrary bit of Scottish found in there as well. So what are you guys? Neo and Bulb A and B, and apparently they got green as relevant, so... Let's see how they can be expected to fare. Probably do a little bit more damage than most of the enemies in this part of the game. They still expect that second tier attack to always land on the first hit, even if it's only 79, well, quote unquote only 79. Seems like it really should be pretty good base percentage. Aim for 80 plus. Weed. Okay. Oh, goodness. I think red and blue are supposed to be opposites in this, as far as the elemental colors. But that kind of leaves me wondering what the opposite of green is supposed to be, because I don't think it's... Well, it's obviously not white and black, so those two are opposites to each other, but I don't think I've seen a different color to any of those so far. I'll try to start with meteorite. He's gonna try to shove the green out of the field as quickly as possible, whenever that comes up. Well, the one in the white doesn't seem to be dancing anymore. Maybe that's an indication that it's not going to be staying alive for much longer. definitely continue to feel entitled whenever that comes up. That's 79%. It's the opener attack. Probably. Oh boy, these things, these weeds still seem to know the basics of focus fire strategy though. Also seem to have pretty high agility if they can, you know, not get hit by the high probability attacks is what I would like to chuck it up to, but I'm not even sure how true that is. Okay, let's try to use something to heal up. Maybe not heal, let's try Cure plus 2 on myself. I ought to take care of things. Of course, the one that had the higher probability is the one that didn't hit there. Come on, I believe in you. Bush Basher. I see some kind of suicide attack that it's doing. I guess not, never mind. There we go. It didn't seem like there was any kind of a pause between new growth level. Any kind of a pause between when that last attack by Kid happened and when that attack came out, so I was wondering. Heal and arrow saucer, but not full heal. I thought that I would have that at my disposal. Okay then. Could oblige and leave now, but if you wanted to do something else, Mystery Lifeform. We must sail the vast seas someday on a big, huge ship. Cool beans. Can you tell me more? You mind opening this cage quietly? I mean, sure. You can actually do it quietly. Make my escape later, till we meet again. Sure. How about the one in this cage, though? Probably can't mess with that. Probably shouldn't mess with that. As a point of fact. Must input this battle data for future study. It's an evolving monster. It will change its form as it battles. It's too early to test it out, so I have it caged. I mean, we can't mess with the cage anymore now that we've chosen to free it, can we? I'll pursue my dream and see the world. Perhaps we will be able to see some of that, but I guess for now we're just gonna leave completely. Or not. I'm extremely interested in all of you. Cannot leave right now, but come by when you need my help. I'm willing to help you. That you've killed one of my experiments. This makes sense. I guess now that means that we are on the opposite side of this battle droid here. I'm guessing that that thing over on the right might be one of those door monsters that that one dude was talking about a while ago. I guess you're supposed to run past when the eye's not open and looking around. What if we go back into the room right now? Can you help us get past this robot thing that's on the other side of the hallway here? Can we go back to the other side of the treasure room via this cage? I guess not. What happens if we press X when we're interacting with this thing? What are you doing? Return to post. We can fight it, but what if we don't want to fight it right now, or at least try to? Wait, what? Okay, well, can't really avoid the door monster if we have that thing popping right down in front of us as we try to run past. I'll say something to the effect of the design of the backgrounds there reminds me very vaguely of something like Valkyrie Profile, but also got a little bit distracted before I could just say that. Wonder why. I don't know if it's because we're out-leveling the enemies or what have you, but it seems like the Earth's attacks don't seem to be sucking as much anymore. At least on some occasions. Man. Yeah, we're getting a good chunk of spoils though, aren't we? Oh shit. Who's in here? Are you like the daughter person who was being talked about before? No, this is actually Karsh. Couldn't even tell. Let's have a chat, shall we? Listen up and don't forget, I'm one of the 4 Devas of the Acacia Dragoons headed by General Viper. Which I guess we technically didn't know, as as Sir Jimin Jr. had orders to bring in the ghost of that boy who died 10 years ago. Who traveled to this other, like, alternative universe and apparently just doesn't know what's going on here at all. Seemed way too human to be a ghost, though. I know what that guest from Poor wants with him. Maybe we can hear more about that, except apparently we're not going to be able to question him about that. This serves as the Lord of El Nido. I'm not sure exactly what, what parts of this world the term El Nido would even encompass, but Manor was built by the General's ancestor 100 years ago. People first began colonizing the El Nido archipelago, alright. It would be the entire world of these islands, I guess. Contains mysterious powers which can get anybody and change history, but no details are known. Yes, that's all he's gonna say. This is also a fake chest. No, apparently it is not, but he also does not want us to open that. What if I don't want to provoke him right now? Also, what are these? Things that we just can't interact with, it would seem. Okay, so I think maybe, just maybe, I might be able to come up with the combination for that thing right now. There's something blocking the way. Can't just go that way. I think it was like 9 to the right and 3 to the left. Might as well try it. We actually get to watch this 9 times now. We're turning the entire, like, statue thing that's on top of the pedestal here. That seems a little too large to call a knob, I would say, but... Well, that didn't seem to work. Unless we're somehow gonna end up in a different place now. Guess I'm gonna have to look elsewhere then. This does kind of give me a chance to look at the treasure room again, but before I do that, let's see. This is the this is like the kitchen area. But this is the place where the dude does the recording on the wall. Oh god, we got 2 dialogue boxes on screen at once. 9 to the right, 4 to the left. Okay, well, it was mostly correct. My assumption. Probably save again now that I've done a few more of those battles and actually managed to survive them. In case something else dumb happens. Probably probably a good idea to keep on doing these saves. And I suppose now that I have another chance to, the first thing I'm probably gonna want to do is check out the treasure room again. They will, let me in again. Apparently I must have run out of time before. If I said the password of is silence. Apparently that is in fact how you trigger the silence thing. What if we want to grab this sword? Let's actually mess with it this time. She received the bronze sword. Can we grab everything from here? Bronze sword, bronze mail, and hero shield. Nobody will notice that these are gone. The base is actually a monster, oh really? I was not expecting that part though. I didn't get a chance to change my equipment before whatever the next battle was. But I did save right before this, so it should be fine no matter what happens. It's called potty, of course it is, and it's got the yellow element, so let's try to shove that element out of the field as quickly as possible. I would say. I'm gonna use up my entire elemental thing, or my entire stamina before I even do any elemental stuff. Probably not a great idea. Let's, I guess, turn blue. I'm gonna start out by using a, oh boy, yellow element attack. Would imagine, yeah, that's what that was. Was that a yellow element attack or was that just like its regular attack? It's technically not elemental. I guess I'm just gonna keep using Surge to do like regular DPS, which seems to be the best idea with him most of the time. This guy should... No, never mind, I was gonna say should be able to do elemental stuff, but I guess not. Question mark, I'm not even sure why not. It's because he already used that before. But now she can do it. Let's try Pilfer. This looks like it might maybe possibly be some kind of unique enemy. Still one capsule, wonder what that's about. Oh shit. Does seem like this dude has a good chunk of health though. Let's try using Ice Lance on him, since we have the blue elemental charge on the field right now. Probably a good time to use that. That was decent, it seems. And maybe something else red. Only use Fireball right now as an offensive spell. I can tell if its arms are like moving a bit more languidly right now. Maybe to indicate that it's nearing death, or... well, maybe now it's like kind of sitting back. That's how we know that it's nearing death. And actually managed to hit it. Surely we can finish the job with just regular stamina physical attacks. If we made it this far. And sure enough we can. And we found turned red, so clearly that was completely worth it. I don't know if there's gonna be anything else for us to actually look at in here, but might as well try to find out. I guess this face over here is not a monster. Or maybe we just didn't stand in the correct location to try and verify that. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that we know what's on the other side of that. That right hallway is Still don't know if we are gonna be able to get down here at any point. Don't have permission to enter the jail area, I guess. And there's like these gratings on the floor, but apparently we can't do anything to open them. Or really mess with them in any other kind of capacity. What happens if I try to go up and maybe back to like the entrance hall through this hallway this time? Did I even try to go up these stairs before? I don't remember. I guess not, because I didn't see this door monster before. What's in here? I see some kind of gesture thing and also probably another mimic encounter. Harlequin, sit there, please shut up. No, that was supposed to be like some kind of bizarre French accent approximation. But yeah, sure enough, I wonder who could have seen this coming, based on the fact that there are two chests that are slightly different sizes next to each other. And you know, based on what we've seen before. Which of us do you choose? You only have one chance. Well, one of them. Let's take the big boxer again. Maybe this won't make a difference. First time that we had one of these fights. Too bad, wrong sucker. Oh boy. Oops, I guess we actually have to fight now. Apparently both times that we did this before, we ended up making the right choice and were able to like actually get a reward without having to fight. That's Robin. I've never been sure if "setter" is like an actual French phrase, to be honest with you, in spite of my somewhat not entirely negligible marginal knowledge of the language. That would be one particular combination of letters that I have not encountered in the past. Right now, I guess I'm assuming that the small chest is gonna have, yeah, that was all on me. Going to have the lesser amount of health. Perhaps I was incorrect though, based on how quickly this guy went down, or maybe it was actually helped along by the magma bomb. Probably had something to do with it. No spoils found though, so maybe we actually got screwed over, or screwed out of a reward there. Except apparently the other chest was an actual chest. Do you have anything else to say to me before I leave? You know, I'm actually mildly curious about this right now, so let me take a moment to try and look into this. If I were to try and interpret these letters as a French phrase, it is apparently in fact a French phrase, and it means shut up. So there you go. Cessez de parler ou de crier ou de pleurer. Rester sans parler s'abstenir de s'exprimer. Ne plus se faire entendre. So there you go, that's what it means. It's all very self-explanatory. Alright, well, let's oblige. Because it didn't, or that person was not very... Wait, what? It occurred to me that maybe, just maybe, those, these friggin' will-o-wisps and bats that come down from the ceiling apparently, or whatever it is, may have something to do with those doors. Maybe they only appear if the doors catch sight of you, but I mean the doors still seem to very much be there even after you win these encounters, so I'm not even sure how true that is. Oh shoot, they actually are able to use an attack. That's a bit of a first, as far as I'm concerned. At least for that enemy type. Anti-toxinal cap. Oh yeah, you know, I literally just remembered when I saw that literally got some equipment from the treasure room before and I didn't do anything with it. I could swap out, I guess I can't swap out the sweet swallow for anything. What about Pierre though? He's got a bone sword, can he swap it out for the bronze sword? How much better will it be? Strength goes up to, well, I don't know if strength and attack are the same thing. No, attack goes up to 15 and hit percentage goes up to... It's gonna be better basically. There's no reason not to use it. What if we give the rest of this stuff that we got, that's like an objective improvement to... what's her face here though, to Kid. We got bronze mail and we got a shield. I'm gonna use the shield. Where is the shield actually? Oh, it's literally near the top there. One part of the 3-piece Heroes collection. I wonder if we're gonna be able to get the rest of that. Can anyone use the shield? You can use the shield. Let's well go for it. Heroes medal, heroes... Well, he's also already got the heroes medal, so... Probably answers partially the question of where the rest of that stuff is going to come into play. Push defense, hit percent. Let's improve the hit percent for her. I think we need protection against poison at this very moment, but it's probably a good thing that we at least have that as an option. Oh boy, there's a freaking golden looking guy in front of the door here. Does that mean that we just can't go this way? Do not enter, please go around. I mean, I feel like that's probably a good idea, but I could try to at least fight one of the golems. Probably go back to the save that's in one of these stores. Is it right in here? I don't remember. It is. Just in case anything oops silly happens. There are moths in my room again. Exact same thing was happening yesterday when I was streaming, if this is in fact what's going on right now. Actually watching somebody else, that's a bit of a funny thing. Somebody else who was from my country but that isn't living in my country at the moment, literally was doing a stream earlier today and had a moth on the stream. Though it was actually a considerably larger moth than the ones that seem to be flying around here right now. And even then, though, it wasn't even that large. Tiny ones that are flying around here from time to time, though. It's like pests. Let's see if we can take down the Roborg here. Hold on, before I attack, let me confirm that it's got... Otherwise it's innate elements, so... Let's try to get that off the field as quickly as possible, as usual. Oh man, it does hit kind of hard, though, doesn't it, with the traveler attacks. Well, so did potentially that, you know, vase monster that we were fighting before. Okay, this sword doesn't really work all that great compared to the last one that he had. Oh shit. Okay, that was an even more painful attack. Let's do some elemental stuff. Let's do Fireball this time. And let's heal up a bit. Let's do Cure +2 this time. And let's continue with the elemental stuff. Let's do Icelands. Take advantage of that blue on the field right now. Is there any other elemental stuff that I would want to do that? I guess maybe Aquabeam. For 3, that's not bad. Do we have any other blue things that you can use? I guess not right now. I wonder if there's really any of the characters that I have any other blue things that I can use. Probably just, should just. I might actually change over to a different element now that I've used up pretty much all of my blue elements, I think. So there we go. I guess now that the yellow part has been removed from the field, it's not gonna hit as hard. She's gonna need some healing though. So I'll go ahead and use the consumable healing that she has. Yeah, probably a good idea to look after yourself, given that you're the one who's pretty close to death right now. I'm fully entitled to that heat. That heat, yeah. I know how to pronounce all the things to that heat. Does seem like this guy might be nearing death though at last. Very much doubt I was gonna say that Pierre will be the one to finish him off, but surely I don't need to worry about that. Could it be that? No, I guess not this time. Oh shit, is Kim gonna get killed just before the battle is over here? Not quite. I get the feeling that she will survive. We can have this to work, or to play out in a favorable way, and there we go. You have Surge somehow do the highest DPS with his just normal physical attacks. There we go. And we got Copper, so just because we got Copper, that doesn't seem to be a very common type of spoil. We probably are gonna want to beat up the golem guy that's also on the other hallway. Like specifically for that reason. I'll try to go for that. I'll still also try to keep in mind the combination code for that door in the main room. What are you doing, return to post? Okay, so sure, if we choose to bust this guy up and share disguises and fight right here, those two guys guarding the entrance to the treasure room aren't gonna have anything funny to say about the situation. So it's got yellow as its innate element, yeah. Okay, so yeah, probably want to get rid of that as quickly as possible. But even faster this time. It's already said that for the previous encounter. Let's do I'm gonna also get rid of the black since that's the opposite element for Surge. Let's do Meteorite, I guess, to start. Seems like a pretty decent turnout for that attack, number-wise. Wait, what do you mean? Force attributes? I feel like turn blue might not have had the desired effect. Maybe just maybe from the one that I thought it was gonna have before. Let me try Ice Lance. I'll use that as the opener right now though, instead of maybe get the element from like previously already executed blue element stuff. That would have cropped up before, because I didn't see the previously part enough times already. Let's try Pilfering, I guess. Didn't really try that on the previous golem thing. I mean, these things have a name. I can literally just look at it. Capsule, it's Roborg, but I feel like golem is probably a bit of a more sensible imagination of what you would come up with as a name for these things just by looking at them. Oh shoot. It's gonna be the double hit attack. Well, it's not the same kind of double hit attack that I was expecting from these guys before though. At least let's try Dash and Slash with like at least one thing of white element in the field as a potential booster, see if that helps. And it's decent, but it still feels like even without the white booster on the field, the Meteorite did more damage. Maybe I should swap those two around as far as their placement on the grid. Let's not attack with element with Pierre yet. Let's see, does Kid have any blue element stuff? Does Surge have any blue element stuff? No. Oh goodness. I guess let's screw the blue element in that case, I guess. Actually. Let's attack with red element right away. As an opener, you might say. Whatever the next just series of things that we use is gonna be. Follow it up with, well, maybe not with Bushwhacker or with any element changing stuff. I guess I'm gonna leave the try to leave the two things of red on the field just as a, you know, in the event that maybe just maybe Kid would be able to charge up and use another red element attack. But before we do that, I get the feeling that just won't be necessary if we can finish this dude off with, never mind, say with Surge, but... Okay. I mean, I hope we can do that, given that apparently Pierre is on the verge of death here. Okay, sure, we can do that now though. Fireball plus 2. Yeah, surely I had in complete faith that that would end up doing the trick. And we found more copper, so there you go. If we ever make it back to the town that was like the town that we were in, I don't even remember what the name of it was, but the town right before we came here. So we can use this copper to get some cool stuff from the blacksmith. She says to come back later, so... I'm forced to assume that whatever it is that she could help us with just hasn't actually come up yet. Well, this thing is back. Okay then. For some reason I wasn't necessarily expecting the just random things coming down from the ceiling or whatever that's impression is supposed to give. I was expecting these things to actually come back, basically. After their first defeat. Oh well. Feeling very dodgy today. Which is probably the same exact day as the day that we've been beating up all the rest of these things, but you know. Definitely still a very apt remark, considering how very much they seem to be dodging my attacks right now. I wonder exactly how much the field element color thing affects. I thought at the beginning that it would only affect like the performance of the like offensive elemental stuff, but maybe there's more to it than that. I don't know. Well, anyhow, let's try this one more time now that we're here. It's 9 times to the right, I think. Let's just sit back while this happens. And now we know that it's actually 4 times to the left and not 3. Oh, here's another one of these dudes. Is that only on that side? Apparently that is only on that side. We could check that out, or we could just keep going down in this direction. Which apparently we can't go down in this direction for very far without just being popped into yet another one of these random encounters. Is it another, yep, apparently just another friggin' bats and wisps thing. So I guess we can never have too many of these. Kid. See if we can actually, get some hits. Apparently that did not lead to us getting some hits. Would like to hit at least once, thanks very much, but apparently I can't. Jesus Christ. Let's switch back to Surge, I guess. And now the kid again. All I really want to do is, build up the very minimum amount of elemental level that I can use the magma bomb and see if I can make this go that much faster. Well, the minimum amount of level at this point would pretty much just be the maximum amount of level that kid can build up this time, but I feel that my sentiment still stands. And you see, that did make things go by faster, so that was clearly the correct thing to try and aim for. There are doors on the side of the room here. I can't quite tell if there's anything like that, or if it's just like a straight hole leading down. I guess it's just like a big hole with no doors, except for the one at the far end, though. If we go this way. What exactly are we looking at? We want to go this way, as opposed to down the big hole. What are we looking at here? Is there something on the wall that we can read? I mean, I'm trying to, but I don't think I'm hitting the right hotspot if there is one. I get a feeling that there isn't one, though. Seems like I've been a little too unsuccessful to assume that that's the case. I see somebody up there, though. What are you doing here? Ruins aren't allowed up here, Well, just gonna immediately say what's up as a response to that. So, like, what's your point? There's clearly no reason to be alarmed or anything in light of this. It must be search, really. Did this guy maybe know what his deal was? The profit of time, really, then. But maybe he might know what Surge's deal was, or at least the Surge of this world before he died. The world is not just a single entity. Another world similar to our own exists in another dimension. There you will find what you might have become, a world of possibilities that might have existed. A history that has not been written yet. You're simply unable to see, feel, or experience it, but it totally exists. By the way, let's have a transition like that. Oh boy. This world is not the world you grew up in. I get the feeling that maybe this isn't quite supposed to look like this, but... now we're getting some solitary victory here. Something happened that put your very soul teetering on the advancing scales of fate. A 50-50 chance of life or death. That's when the future was split in twain. In your homeworld you survived to live a happy and prosperous life. Which is of course why you ended up in a different universe where you had died instead. You have no place in this world. Here you are but a ghost brought back from the past. I don't know what happened 10 years ago, nor can I guess what triggered your entrance into this world. I mean, I guess neither can I, at this point. The locations where such divisions in time, space, continue occur are called Angelus Errare, where angels lose their way. The borders of two dimensions fluctuate in such a way as to make the passage between the parallel realities a possibility, and apparently that happened on the beach in that one place. Perhaps in this world you're the missing piece from a giant puzzle, and maybe, just maybe, the vacuum created by your non-existence here has thrown you across the border between the dimensions to fill the void in that puzzle, but wouldn't that also create a vacuum in my own home dimension, though? Isn't that a bit of a self-defeating point? Two worlds influence each other in strange ways. Quite certain there's a wormhole that connects the two parallel worlds. If you press start while on the world map, a menu window will appear that allows you to display which world you're in. Your home world or another world. Well, thanks for telling me that. And why did the bloody hell did Surge die? Well, you can only find out by moving on and not being here, I guess. It cannot be helped. This may be fate in itself, getting attacked by a child. He's one of the 4 Devas, the highest rank of the Acacia Dragoons. Well, so are we being forced into a boss fight here without really having to be foreshadowed in that sense? It's moments like this that make my constant saving at that one save point downstairs feel justified. Alright, she is apparently got the blue element. It does okay damage. And she apparently moves quite quickly, and she can do multiple strikes, of course, again. Of course. And might as well fill it up before we start using more elemental stuff. I mean, there doesn't seem to be any blue on the field right now, but there is black, which is probably not good for Surge. So let's try to do, I guess, dash and slash to start. And then probably do more, I don't know, red elemental stuff, probably a good idea. Remind me what options this guy has. Green. I think we'll wait a little bit before we introduce the green. Just gonna keep on doing, just regular attacks, or try to. With him. Let's just make him take a step back, I guess, for now. Maybe try Pilfer. Might be a good idea for going up against the boss. Let's see if we can get anything. 1 silver loop. Let's try to do fireball, I guess. can also just keep on making time for Surge to get his stamina back so that we can give him the chance to do that white element stuff again. Can he do it now actually though? Well, no he can't because he needs to build up his level again. And he can't do anything right now because he has 0 stamina. Because he just keep on attacking. Let's attack with Kid actually, so that she can also build up stamina or use up stamina to build up level again. That's what I meant to say. And if we switch to Surge, can he do Meteorite now? Let's see, have him do Meteorite now. Probably a good time before that outermost bit of white element is removed from the field, and now we can go back to using more red element stuff. Let's try Fireball +2 and see where that takes us. How about this? Oh boy. Cat's Cradle. Of course now she's gonna bring out more elemental stuff of her own again. I mean, that was a pretty decent attack, but it seems to me that we're gonna be probably able to survive regardless. Church can't do anything right now, but I don't think we want to bring more blue into the field. I guess we can bring a bit more green into the field at this point. Or just a bit off green, I should say. Let's start with Bushwhacker actually. He might be dead. And he is dead because I didn't even know that she could possibly counter with, you know, actual counters instead of just waiting for her turn to do stuff. We can't do Resurrection with anyone with 81 right now, can we? I don't think we can. So probably a good idea to, I could just try to go all out right now since we can't really revive Surge right now, I don't think. We can finish her off before. So I guess we only needed one more strongish attack to finish her off, so oh well. It's like another major encounter for which Surge is just dead. Well, if he was gonna get anything significant from this encounter. I guess it's just too bad, so sad. Oh, did not think you would be able to defeat Marcy, really. I mean, she, and like pretty much every other major enemy, does seem to have significantly more HP than we do. There are 8 pillars standing in the main hall. Behind the second to last pillar on the left is a button to release the platform. On the left doesn't really tell me anything though. Shouldn't that be from the left or... Well, the second to last pillar from somewhere on the left. The runes are not... I guess he probably does mean from the left. I take that into consideration. You're not allowed up there, so it is best that you go up as you are. There's a much stronger being you will encounter. Well, I guess we're allowed to move again, so... Well, it seems Surge is no longer dead. Probably a good idea. To heal up manually. While we have the chance, not with items, we have to actually use consumable elements. I keep forgetting exactly how this works. And that'll do, I think. If we get into another one of these, like random encounters, surely we can use that as a means to heal up for free. There's a switch. Guess if somebody like that guy is up here in the top floor of this place, and you know, the ladder is retracted. Turn white, there we go. Somebody's like on the top floor of this place and the ladder is retracted, and based on the fact that that guy had to ask the girl to lower the ladder for him, doesn't that mean that he was pretty much trapped, like he couldn't actually have come down without help? Doesn't seem like a very good sign. Okay, so he only says that again. Still a little bit weirded out that I didn't get the chance to save or anything before that boss encounter, or at least not immediately before it. I don't get the chance to save right now, do I? Like, this doesn't count as being outside, being on the overworld. No, it doesn't. Hey, and the French jester is here. Your search. Even more sexy than I thought. Okay then. And this vulgar one must be kid. I guess this person knows all about us then. Or at least speak proper English, well. I would say you want to talk. Je m'appelle Harl. With the right hand, Harlequin amongst your legs. Which is a very common combination of words to encounter, surely. Poos. Okay, hold on. Once again, I feel like I need to cross references. Chip. What kind of chip? Let me see. Personne très petite is also another thing that you can say, partly in relation to that, but the first one would be insecte sauteur de couleur brune, parasite de l'homme et d'animaux. Okay, so it's like a tick or a mite. Also, dame brun rouge assez foncé, couleur de la pousse. But I still don't know what la pousse is though, in that context. Oh, the flea, okay. Didn't make it clear at all. Actually, hold on. Why does it say chip as if I just put pousse in there? Never mind. Apparently it literally means flea, but it's like a pet name for... can be used as a pet name for like a small person, I guess. Lie down with a dog like this farm, you will surely catch fleas, no? Oh, there you go, that was a bit of wordplay there. I think you can do much better if you give her up. Yes, you'll turn back, you should notify him. My accent disappeared. At least for a couple of dialogue boxes. I would hate to see anything sad happen to you. How am I supposed to know that you have an accent if you don't constantly put weird phonetic spelled stuff in your dialogue boxes? Taisez-vous, you shut up. Do we get another forced encounter here before we're even able to get to a save point again? I'm gonna be caught fighting you here. It's not, maybe, possibly, doesn't seem that way at least. No, that Harlequin is just walking away. Please dream of moi, well, I don't know. That's her problem. We can't just go back now? No, I guess we can't. Oh, we lost our disguises. We just completely discarded them in the... when we fought that boss, I guess. Hold on a moment. Weren't we told that there was something hidden here? I guess I'm gonna cross-reference that again. I don't know exactly, it was like 8 things in the main hall, but... did you say 8 pillars, 8 columns? Can we even talk to him again? Yeah, I just need to go all the way back into the background this time. 8 pillars standing in the main hall behind the second to last pillar on the left. Is a button to release the platform. And I'm not sure exactly what he's referring to, but I would like to assume that by the main hall he means the very room where that conversation just took place. Should be a button to release the platform, so does it mean that we don't have to go all the way to the background of this giant hall and encounter those 2 soldiers, presumably? So, which of these pillars, strictly speaking, would be second from the left? I would think this one. Where I'm like standing in front of right now, but I'm like walking around it and mashing the button and going to the wall that's directly across from it, and doesn't seem like I'm getting any kind of response out of it. maybe it's one that's directly above it, even though I have a hard time thinking how this one would be described as second last from the left or whatever it was. Oh, never mind. I guess this must be the one after all. Okay, I guess they're not gonna be horribly mauled and squished. Well, they are in fact gonna notice us. So these two are, I suppose, an inevitable encounter. These two and one more do that's with them, so now we do get another force encounter before we're able to get to a save point again. I'm not kind of curious, but I also trust that this won't be a problem. Pretty sure we already beat up plenty of these guys. That however much health this dude has left, we still can't see the health, right? I thought at some point that maybe the health would be determined by we just fight enough copies of the same enemy, it'll eventually just become visible, but I get the feeling that we're gonna need something like a special skill to see that. To get from equipment or something. And speaking of equipment, let me see if I can go back to the into the menu real quick. Let me check my elements. If I look at the allocation thing, is there anything? Okay, yeah. There is in fact revive. Should put revive on somebody other than Surge. So at this point, okay, we have like... It's because if we have a new level of growth, we can actually... Turn red here instead of a second copy of the tablet thing, probably. And another magma bomb, sure. Oh dear, I was wondering if there was anything I was gonna want to do that had How do I even finish that thought? Basically, I was wondering if I could actually put revive on anybody, if I even had something that was revive. And lo and behold, I did. I can't remember exactly what I got that though. Okay, so this guy has one extra slot to equip something to as well now. Yeah, I'll put, I guess, another air saucer here. I guess green offensive, green and blue offensive elemental stuff are gonna be that guy's thing. At least for the time being. Switch on the armors, I mean, it seems like we pretty much only have one direction we can go in right now, so might as well go for it. All the cherries, in fact, attached to the platform. Wasn't sure for a moment. This place looks very interesting, but right now I feel like I am just very compulsively searching for like a save point before all else. And wouldn't you know it, there it is, right there. Seems a little bit strange to put it behind these doors, though. Not literally behind these doors themselves, but in such a way that you have to go past the doors. line of sight, which seems like a bit of a weird sentence. What? Oh, it's another one of these things. Which for some reason didn't decide to show up before we got to the save point, but... oh well. Shit. That was actually decent damage from one of Pierre's regular attacks. And I do keep on thinking that that just kind of seems unusual. But how much damage he typically... well, pretty much he and Kir are the only two characters that I've had in my party so far that aren't him. Just kinda seem to suck in comparison to Surge when it comes to just doing DPH from regular attacks. You know, I still don't know what the negative consequence is supposed to be for being seen by one of those things. Maybe it is that those random encounters come down from the ceiling, and that's actually it, but... it seems like it was happening even if we don't go anywhere near one of those doors. Can't examine the glowing green algae, that's coral stuff that's stuffed into the edges of this place. What's up with this place anyhow? We're supposed to like look out over the distance in this kind of balcony type place. I see a ladder. I think that's what that's supposed to be. Is this little fountain thing special? Button mashing strategy for trying to examine everything doesn't really seem to be working out all that great. Does that mean we need to actually go up to one of these doors? I guess I might as well try it. Nope, never mind. I guess now I know what the deal with these doors is supposed to be. Possibly. Do we fight the door itself? I guess we do fight the door itself. It's a little bit different from, say, the Portal Geist. Of course, that's kind of clever, but I'm pretty sure that the Geist part of that word isn't supposed to have an H. Of course. Of course. And yet this guy's stuff doesn't miss. There's no cursor, but I guess there wouldn't be if there's something on target for that. Yeah, still throw me off a little bit, the fact that there is no cursor though. Let's try this one more time, you know, doing the decent DPS. Doesn't work. Yeah, well, let's do some elemental stuff just to get the yellow out of the field. Oh, goodness, what is this? They just summon one of those basilisk things from the beginning of the game. Basilisk and one of the onions from the lab. Probably it's not gonna summon more things. Well, this seems like a good time to do the magma bomb. Just gonna have to deal with, you know, Blunky summoning at this point. Well, let's do another magma bomb, I guess, now that Surge also had the option to do that. Takes care of that. Summoned onion thing. starting to search as full stamina, I guess. Probably a better idea. Because now that it's got the funky eye look and its door is kind of swinging open a little bit, that means that's its close to death stance. Just how close to death is it though? Doesn't seem like it's really capitalizing on that. Let's hit it with another arrow saucer and see if that does the trick. And if not, surely we can have nope, that did do the trick. Maybe we can have Kid do something else, is what I was gonna say, but didn't have to matter. Does it mean we can use this door now? Okay, apparently we can use this door now. So maybe we could have gone into some of the rooms that were like eyeball doors before and I just completely did not even consider that possibility. There's some kind of device. What's on the statue? The bust of freaking Cicero back there? What about the thing on the table? Could this be... Getting the frozen flame? Yeah, that seems like it would have been a little bit too convenient. Don't see the other booty here either. I better ask the general directly then. Perhaps he will be able to address you right now. Mystery Man, I'm pretty sure that that's not the first combination of letters that, of words that I would think of when I would see a character like this. I believe these Freemen are here to see me. Says he. Lynx. I guess she knows him already. Frozen flame in your life. Fearsome band of thieves, not as the radical dreamers we did hear about. It's quite ferocious. Ferocious my arse, well. Fire lies hidden in the Sea of Eden, the place where past and future collide. I'm just gonna come out and tell you this. Okay, we got Lynx. I guess his innate element is supposed to be... It's supposed to be black or purple. I would like to assume black at this point because there's one fig of black on the field at the moment, but... Well, this can only end well, surely, considering that Lynx, excuse me, was the villain of the entirety of Radical Dreamers, but... I mean, like I'm pretty sure I mentioned before in that game, he wasn't a straight-up cat person, furry thing. He was less just like a... dude that just kind of vaguely resembled a cat in his appearance, but he wasn't like an actual cat-person hybrid thing. Couldn't really tell that until you saw him at the end of that game, though. I mean, if I had to imagine this game will actually go beyond the Viper Manor section, so probably gonna be seeing a little bit more of that as we proceed through. A bit more of him, that is, and just everything else that may or may not pop up here. Well, why not? Let's use some blue stuff. And probably also Pilfer. Except it missed that time. Tempted something like some kind of message showed up there, but it was apparently a little too fast for me to read it. Oh, and that was black magic, so I get the feeling that his magic is supposed to be, or his element in general is supposed to be black. Let's try to use turn white in light of that. Anti-white. We could hit him with turn red. Apparently we're just messing with elemental stuff in the field right now, back and forth, but let's do a fireball instead. Be a bit more proactive in that regard. And go back to actual physical attacks for a little bit to maybe charge it up, of course. So now he's got like double white and black elements. Imbecile. Magic temporarily decreased. Well, I mean, she is the one who has the most magical elemental slots or attacks to use right now, but will she actually get to use them? What about you? Can you use anything else right now? Well, if there's anything else that we can do right now to, like, unblackify the field, at least. Let's try Magma Bomb, even though this is really supposed to be for a group of enemies first and foremost, but surely it'll do something at this point. Better to at least try to get black magic out of the field. Of course, we're just gonna keep on making that my main objective here. Can you use any? I guess, yeah, use this one again. And as for you, we're gonna have to attack normally again, so we can charge up the element. And maybe hit him with Meteor soon. Can you attack with a different element again? I guess just Air Saucer again. Alright, let's see what this does at this point. Which is, I don't know what that anti-white thing is supposed to even do. Or try to accomplish, but perfectly honest, other than just doing a thing of black magic, so that gets put on the field. Doesn't seem like that really is accomplishing anything. Turn blue metal sun bushwhacker. I guess let's try bushwhacker to take advantage of the one thing of green that's on the field. Use what little strategy we have left. And as for you, using Magma Bomb, which doesn't really help us all that much, I would think, but looks like this dude might be at least getting close to being done, at least in this encounter. He would actually be gracious enough to take the hits. Graviton. What exactly is Graviton gonna do other than do the terrain modification tool from Sims 1? little bit of decent damage, but that's about it. Okay, what if I use an element with her? What can she do here? Fireball +2, I mean, sure. That might do the trick. Didn't quite do the trick by the looks of it, but how much more could be left? He's already at least giving off the appearance that he's on the ropes. Oh, there we go. And this time Surge is not dead. Isn't that something? And finally Surge reaches the triple digits, which was pretty much overdue at this point by a significant amount. And now Kid has Magic Resist. And we got Pendragon Sigil C, whatever that's gonna be used for. Probably an accessory. Okay then. It's just a shadow. You wish to live again. You want to erase your demise from the pages of history? Well, I mean, he already does live in the other world that he came from. If he stares hard enough into this Asura's ring thing. The end of the human world is nigh. Shall be a deep enmity between you and the world. Why, though? And how can you tell, furthermore? Something I want to ask you. And also here comes Riddle. Oh yeah, we did meet her before, I forgot about that. Did meet her in the town when she was talking to Glenn. Completely forgot that though. Just need you to come with us till we reach a safe place. I feel like we could also see a variation of this scene in Vertical Dreamers, but I don't quite remember. She definitely showed up in that game. You just got to maybe talk to her a bit, but I don't think you tried to hold her hostage, at least not with anybody else being present. They're gonna like jump off the balcony. Perhaps go off into the distance. Distance where this very bright and luminescent green algae will no longer be able to bite too light their way. I mean, would it be death? It does seem like you can... Oh shit. Well, it will be your death if you jump now, presumably, but, I mean, water can maybe help you survive if you're a good enough swimmer. Have enough stamina. A long, long time. Oh boy. I don't think that this is supposed to look like that either. The chrono trigger. Yes, has enough time. Will also presumably have just jumped off the... I was gonna say, hopefully the one other person that was with us at the time here also jumped off. And then we got that name drop. I guess we got a chance to save now. Might as well use third slot. So where does that leave us then? Doesn't seem like we really have anything more now than we had when we went to the... Just are not allowed to go that way. Don't really have any more now than we did when we first went into the manor. And now we're in a completely different seaside town area. Peter thinks the Korcha is the one who saved us after we fell off that cliff. Same Korcha that we at least saw from a distance in town, maybe. Part of my job as a ferryman, but I have to admit you got me by surprise when you came falling from the sky. Lucky then it was to see that chaff fell into and out the rocks. I mean, it seemed like there was plenty of sea and it was clear of the rocks, at least presumably from the place that we were looking down from. But you get knocked out from such a short fall? Well, I mean, a little grace like this ain't gonna... Well, I mean, she was the one that apparently got stabbed. I guess he was feeling alright before, but now she's just gonna collapse all of a sudden. Patient has been poisoned with hydra venom. She's gonna die in 2 days, oh boy. If we had some hydra humor, we would be able to neutralize the poison. But I get a feeling that that's exactly what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to go past the Antlion Cave to get to Damsian. Find the hydra humor. Go to Gafar Ruins and find the crabby grass. It's impossible now. Hydras are extinct on El Nido, and yet this venom was apparently procurable. They're very rare and valuable creatures. Blood, bones, meat, every part is valuable. It's considered to be a panacea for various illnesses. That's the reason why hydras were hunted to extinction in El Nido. A whole species has been made extinct just to make a quick fortune. It's highly improbable to cross the sea unless you're in a large vessel. But if you manage to get there, your chances of finding hydra humor are bleak. And this all needs to be done in less than 2 days, I guess. For some reason, this guy who doesn't even know who she is, presumably, is apparently the guy that's the most depressed out of everyone here. And the Harlequin is back. Well, wouldn't we just leave her be able? I get the feeling that he wouldn't be fine with that. I have no business with no chicken hawk. Well, isn't that pretty much the exact same thing that she said to Kid back at the mansion? Could be she took a page out of the other clown character from my JRPG. By Square. But apparently everyone likes Freud's music. But not just Freud's music, just overall. And now she's off. It kind of makes me wonder why she bothered to show up in the first place if she was just gonna leave like that pretty much immediately. All of your friends like that, well, it depends on who you consider my friend. You might be able to say. Alright, well, why do I want to talk to the rest of you instead? Alright, fine. Remember what the prophet said. Where did it all start? Where do angels lose their way? Well, that would be the... Oh, are we maybe gonna go to the... back to the other world to see if we can get a Hydra thing from there. Get the feeling that first we would have to figure out how to get back to that beach. And that's like the point of transition between the two dimensions. There are no more Hydras in this world. There's no way to get to the mainland, and El Nido is in that small place. You're gonna take a 1 in a million chance just to search for this thing, just to save a girl you barely even know. Well, you could also just give up immediately, and bear that in mind. Yeah, let's approach this with a very blind optimism, and apparently just have Korchak come with us right now. Better just keep his, if he's just gonna be joining the party now. Do you even have a clue where to start looking? Guess we don't have a chance to change his name. Where in the world should we start? Well, I'm pretty sure that I do have a pretty good idea, really. One place that we know about, that we've seen as a point of travel between the two worlds. I don't know if it would just be a matter of, you know, going there with the amulet in hand, and we'll somehow just be able to travel between the two of them at will now, though. Shaman inherits the power of the dragon god and governs the village. They're like a mayor or chief, might know something, although I can't say for sure, it's worth a try. Continue this outside, let's decide what to do at the boat. And also one of Lix's shadows is here, or something like that. But it just became a regular cat. Yeah, that didn't seem suspicious at all. I always knew we had to be paranoid and see cats everywhere as evil villains. See the shaman go down this way to the second floor of the merchant tower, and go left. There's a tower called the Dragon Shrine. Where's the Termina? It's a small village. Termina, I mean, was Termina the city that we were in before we went to the mansion? I feel like that might have been the case. Trade materials for your extra elements here. I don't think we'll do that right now. I mean, maybe just to take a look. Upgrade equipment, but not, well, I mean, Forge wouldn't really be upgrading, it would be just creating something new. Copper Swallow would be better, I guess that's not what we have right now, so probably is a good idea that we, or a good thing that we end up getting all that copper from the robots in the mansion. Could get that. Maybe not so much the bronze stuff, huh? Let's try going for Copper Hollow, I guess. No, don't forge ahead. Doesn't seem like a huge improvement, but still. What do you have going on here? Might look strong, I only have the strength of an average human. I would have guessed. Is this the exit of this place, or does it just lead to a different place in the village? It just leads to a different place in the village. Hey, it's a bug person. Many humans in this village get along with humans. Many others of our kind still hold a grudge against humans. Those that were driven to the mainland gathered to build a village of Marble on the big island. Way down southeast from here. But driven from the mainland. And came here, I guess. You ever come across a shadow material? I don't think so. There's a special kind called summon elements. Okay, that was barely actually informative, I would say. Population is lower compared to the past. Old customs and wars always fade away with time. See some kind of it's like a table, like giant spool-shaped tables here at the tent place. Some rare elements you won't find in bigger towns. Well, suppose we will be the judge of that. Do we have anything on this list that we don't have any of in our inventory? Yeah, I guess so. Lift, electric jolt, photon ray. Photon ray would be one. Gravity blow and held soul as black elements. I guess maybe yellow and green are their respective opposites. It occurs to me that that's probably the case. I didn't even make the connection. I mean, how much money do we have? I'm pretty sure we can afford this, at least one of each of these. So we'll go for it. I think that Electro Jolt one will be an extra one that we have, because the other one that we had before was on Kid's set when she, I guess, just left the party temporarily. I would hope temporarily, at least. I have no idea. Friends who hate humans. Who could have guessed? Gorgeous smile. Perhaps if we go up now, we'll be able to find something up here other than just all these things that are just for flavor. To establish what the character might like. Who are you? I know what these wires are here for. Alright, I'll pay the all for 5G. Second wire connected to the shrine. The shortcut to the docks, you can get there a lot faster than walking, but it feels great. So there you go. Got a perfectly good explanation for the purpose of the 5G towers. It's all part of the plan. Let's maybe try to actually use it. Can we go? Let's become the wind. So he not only charges you to hear about what this contraption is about, but also to use it. Although it's not clear if he even has the authority to do that. Wait, what? It's not very clear what that means, but sure. Pelvic bone. You need guts to get through life. Seems a little bit ironic coming from him, but... I'm trying to still left on the second ladder, on the second floor of the merchant's tower. Check your equipment when you have the time. I pretty much did that before. I don't think that I've gotten any significant equipment since the last time I did that. That would really warrant me keeping on top of that with any kind of closeness, but come on. So this is the place where we're keeping here. That makes this the same place that I came out of in the... I can't seem that we haven't gone far enough for the other thing that we were trying to find out. Wait, what? Hold on. What happens if instead of going in the middle there, or at least trying to check it out, we go this way? Wonder if we know. Hey, I was wondering if I'm gonna find something like this, but this is actually pretty convenient. Stina, Shaman, Serving Village Chief, and High Priestess Durea. That's all we have to say. Or to hear these two people say. The land where the dragons sleep. There are islands named after dragons and numerous Dragonian ruins and artifacts. Most famous islands are the islands of the Sky Dragon, the Earth Dragon, and the Water Dragon. And the ancient ruined Fort Draconia that lies to the east. Great Six Triangles. Okay, I'd like to imagine that at this point I can just save over my my first save. That'll be fine. Hold on a moment. I'm like getting very distracted here, but save over this one. I'm very distracted because I feel like I should use this here save point as an opportunity to go ahead and wrap things up for the time being. It's just barely a little bit behind the hour when I would usually be doing this, but or ending this, but I feel like I'm really tired right now. Probably it's a combination of like trying to adjust to a different sleep schedule this week and also waking up early for the chase today, which did or result in me losing a little bit of sleep. So probably just gonna go ahead and have that as my oldie point of stopping, which I would say maybe I might do that again, but I don't know. Well, I mean, I will do that again in the future, obviously. I'm just gonna randomly, mysteriously drop the game, but I don't know if it's if I do go back to that, if it's gonna be at literally any point in the rest of this week. I don't think there's gonna be a stream tomorrow, even if there was like the chance for it, because I think I'll be out at the time that those streams would usually happen. But at any rate, I probably will be trying to bring back both well, the couple of things that pretty much are pending at this moment, and maybe also Outer Wilds. I don't know if Outer Wilds is just gonna be like completely in limbo for forever and ever now. I'll go ahead and skip over to track that I just added on my playlist though, to play this out just before the start of the stream here. But yeah, at any rate, I should probably be back to, you know, do a little bit more Greatest Eternity Part 2 and also Chrono Cross, and maybe just maybe Outer Wilds if that doesn't just completely continue to molder in limbo for the remainder of time. But right now I think we're just gonna end things off without any kind of greater fanfare. That's pretty much the last thing that I will have said. Hopefully we can continue on with all of these things next weekend. Speaking of weeks and what have you, hopefully reach some kind of finality with something or have something figured out, but that's pretty much on me. Not by the end of next week even, but by the end of the week after that, because that's when spooky October month would begin. And I do have a number of things that I want to pretty much reserve for that to do over the course of that month. Goodness. But yeah, I mean, even if I pretty much ration that out with the stuff that I'm doing right now, I feel like that probably would be doable based on the number of things that I saw written down that I had planned out. But fun, yeah, it was a pretty nice time. I'm finding the pacing of Chrono Cross a little bit, not a little bit anything, just kind of surprisingly versatile so far. Considering how different it seems to be from like conventional JRPG progression systems, at least with the characters. But yeah, I mean, hopefully, I guess you better just leave it at that, or else I could just keep on talking about more theoretical stuff, and that's probably not a great idea right now, or at least in general, if I just keep on talking on without really landing on anything concrete, so we'll say that. Gonna do more Chrono Cross next week, and also British Attorney 2, and I mean, something that I might do, just talk about it, not theoretical, just after I said that I wouldn't. But something that I might do is like do some streams that aren't just one each week of British Attorney 2, so I can also get to the end of that game for too long. And see what the end of the story is for myself, but anyway, who knows if I'll do that. I get the feeling that Chrono Cross will keep me entertained for a while, but yeah, I'll be doing more of that later. But speaking of later, I will say right now, y'all take it easy. I thank everybody for coming like always. Thanks for chatting. Always great whenever people chat. And I will see you all as usual later.